What is going on, YouTube? I'm your host, the Financial Conspirator, your guide for everything financials and conspiracies. Today we have a one-on-one. Oh, we have a one-on-one with the brother Y3 Kim on Instagram. That is at Rakim is in the chat today. Rakim, what is going on, man?
Peace. Glad to be back on here another Sunday talking about economics and what's going on in the economic world, you know what I'm saying, in these markets and stuff like that. So, hey, I'm blessed to be on here, and let's get straight to it.
Absolutely. MJ would have been here, but he had a flight to catch. Mr. International, Mr. Worldwide will be back next week. For those missing MJ, he'll be back. So today we're going to be going over the job market with a beat in unemployment numbers and inflation with a beat, as in it's coming down, or so they say, and FTX. That's all I have to say about that one, and how Link fixes the problem with FTX. And then at the end, we might go over a little bit of a prediction from the master investor himself. Crystal ball strikes again, I guess. So, first thing first, layoffs. These layoffs. A wave of layoffs is sweeping the U.S. Here are the major companies that have announced cuts so far, from Meta to Redfin. I know Jewel, companies like Jewel are even announcing layoffs. So, I mean, this is affecting everybody, or at least it's starting to. The rising unemployment rate was the best news in August job reports. Economists says the unemployment rate increased to 3.7% from August 3.5%, and people were not expecting this one at all. That's an extra 25,000 jobs not had, or unemployment claims filed. So what do you think about this? How is this going to affect the stock market in the next 3 to 6 months?
It's interesting because if the unemployment number keeps going up, I won't say it's enough to start more stimulus type of stuff, but I've even seen where a lot of people are saying that a lot of people who aren't unemployed aren't even factored into this, because people are just willingly dropping out of the job market. But stock market wise, I think it's going to turn a lot of people towards trading a lot too, learning many different ways to get into trading, especially the stock market. A lot of people, it's going around on social media all day, trading and things like that. But it's crazy how many people, I believe Meta just dropped 11,000 employees or something like that, and then Elon Musk dropped a lot of employees at Twitter. It's crazy out here. I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's looking rough. It's looking rough for the replaceables. So these jobs are jobs that we might not ever see come back with this implementation of AI, smart learning devices, who can do things like work a cash register or sweep the floor every other hour or mop. But this is just the beginning. The higher the interest rate goes, the harder it is for these companies to lend out and receive money from interest payments. So that is going to cause more stress on the finances of these major companies, and it's going to lead to more layoffs. Powell has been saying this for months now, and he's saying this is still not enough for him to even consider slowing down rate hikes. So
Also to add, I see a lot of big automation going on in the retail space too, that the everyday person may work. And me, having a vending machine, something that's growing big and larger is micro markets, or basically stores that don't have any employees. Just people, basically scan their card to even go through or in a store, and then whatever item that you pick up is automatically added to your cart. When you walk out, it's like an instant payment. So, man, it's automation is getting really crazy. It's going to be really crazy, and I think people got to really hop on automation fast if they want to, especially entrepreneurs. Uh, but there always may be a market for people who want jobs, but automation is really moving fast, and AI is moving faster than a lot of people think.
Absolutely. There's always a bull market somewhere. And that's the truth.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Inflation. Top economist Justin Wolfers says these four things show that inflation is coming down for real this time. Bogus. Just nitpicking at certain prices. But at the same time that inflation is coming down, U.S. diesel shortages squeeze farmers and homeowners along with the White House. So if we are seeing diesel shortages, which means diesel prices are going to go up, which means it's going to cost more to farm, raise animals, kill animals, move animals in these trucks, all these trucks that are moving meat, wheat, corn, all these types of products, it's going to cost more to move it. If it costs more to move, it's going to have to cost more at the register to make up for that because they still need to make a profit. So,
Mhm.
how do you see this diesel shortage crisis affecting inflation?
Um, in terms of, I'll say generally for inflation right now, recently, like I said, I got a vending machine, so I buy a lot of inventory for like snack inventory and stuff. And recently, I just seen that, you know what I'm saying, snack prices and stuff are up. I'm like, sheesh, I was just here like a couple weeks ago, and this was not the same price. Yeah, I just switched the sticker. But in terms of diesel, um, I think the diesel shortage or the diesel squeeze is one of those things where it's like they're trying to do this to push or incentivize people to get electric cars and switch over to that green energy type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of the farmers and you know people with cattle and stuff like that, it is going to be tough. And that's also what's causing food prices in grocery stores to go up a lot because those farmers have to make their money. They have to make their profits, so they're charging more. Um, Wholesale prices and things like that. So this is also one thing that hydroponic farming helps with is the fact that you don't have to use and transport um, a lot of diesel and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to produce many crops at a fast rate. Um, yeah, I think it's really tough what we're seeing out here, especially like with the diesel shortage and everything like that. So I don't know. We're
Yeah.
just living in some really interesting times. You know what I'm saying? How do you
Yep.
feel about this?
Well, I think that learning how to farm and self sustain is incredible, invaluable skill because
Hmm.
the the way we won most world wars is from people in America gardening and working. When everyone had a garden and everyone was producing for self and then producing excess so they could send that over to overseas and whatnot, that was peak productivity, I would say. But it's a shame that can only happen during war times. If people would just realize that if we stopped growing lawns and we grew food, these prices wouldn't matter as much to us.
Yeah.
They would matter, but we would be able to trade with each other. You need some chicken. Well, there's a guy down there who'll trade you some corn that you can grow on your. You know what I mean? Like this is the type of thing that should incentivize community, right? I'm not gonna say the c word, so I'll
Exactly.
just say community.
And the fact that like they didn't even mention what do you call it, semi trucks in this. Like the fact that like
Nope.
all of these the trucking industry is huge and many people have entered the trucking industry recent as of like maybe in the last 2 years people have gotten into trucking because they make a lot of money. Now if it's a diesel shortage, like what's going, you know what I'm saying? What are the price for diesel for these truckers going to be now? And
Yep.
then imagine we run out. It's like, sheesh, then the truckers, they're the ones who are going and getting the food and stuff like that. Even getting the just the supplies for growing food. I know many manufacturers are getting hit hard by you know things, because a lot of fertilizer and stuff comes from Eastern nations, and
Mm.
they're up their prices like crazy. And then the fact that there's a diesel shortage going on, then you have to transport the fertilizers and all of the different nitrates and stuff here, and then
Mhm.
in here people have to drive these semi trucks, and it's still low,
Yep.
low diesel shortage. Like,
Yep.
it's just causing prices to go up for food, for transportation, um, manufacturing, everything just to go up. People have to, make a living for it, and people up their prices for that same reason.
Yep. What they call plandemic. That's what they like to call it. A plandemic.
For
Record
real.
record profits at Exxon. Record profits at Mobil. Shell. Record profits. We actually saw Shell starting to mine Bitcoin. I'll keep you guys posted on that.
Yeah.
But speaking of Bitcoin, FTX allegedly conspired to crash Luna and take down 3AC. This is just, I mean, one after the next.
Wicked.
From BlockFi to Luna to how many other Voyager. How many are we gonna see? What's next? Is Square next? Is Coinbase next? Or is Crypto.com next? No, what do you think? Who's next?
Man, I think Coinbase is potentially next. And the reason I say that, Coinbase has been down like a lot. Like their revenues, they're not making any money. They're not profiting off or nothing, because in turn they make money off of their fees. So if they're making money off of their fees, and the crypto market is down, and many people are even more fearful to buy in to crypto. Now their fees are down and they're not making the amount of money that they were. Also, I remember the CEO of BlockFi was on a podcast with Robert Kiyosaki, and Robert Kiyosaki was getting on him because he was saying his business model is literally what people are trying to get away from, which is fractional reserve banking, and that is essentially what all of these exchanges are. They are fractional reserve ran banks in the crypto space. You got Crypto.com, FTX, and all of these different people. They're trying to make more profit on their customers' funds, and they're trying to then in return make a return for them so they can be profitable. FTX, man, that dude, Sam Bankman Fraud, is like, he had everybody on his belt, everybody thinking he's a genius. I never touched FTX because I'm like,
Nope.
all of these exchange tokens aren't really crypto. It's just the exchange is issuing out a token for them to even be more profitable. And then he was holding all of his riches in FTX or in FTT token. So I'm like, these people's wealth is fake. Is literally like artificial wealth, and they're literally being exposed for it. And it's funny how CZ has been the one to be exposing a lot of these exchanges, and he's been sounding the alarm for many of these people. Kevin O'Leary said once we have a big person go down because they were over leveraged in their position, which we can see Luna, 3 Arrows Capital, FTX, Crypto.com. We're trying to see what's going on with that. I just recently moved out a lot of my funds off of Crypto.com because I'm not going down with y'all. He said the bottom is gonna be in when we see a lot of these people go down, and you see the crypto prices are down heavy. So I'm gonna be honest, I've been buying into some cryptos that I like, dollar cost averaging in, because I still think we do have another leg down. But this is what happens when you bring fractional reserve banking into the crypto space, and people are starting to expose what's going on. That's why the saying, not your keys, not your crypto, is big in the cryptocurrency space.
Yeah, it's not just a saying. It is not just a saying. And this is what happens when you bring fractional reserve banking anywhere. It leads to disaster, financial loss, and just complete and utter fraudulent activity. That's what fractional reserve banking is at its core. That's what it will always be. And this is just another example of that. So I mean, this isn't even fractional reserve banking, crypto.com. This is just stupidity. 20% of your reserves in Shiba Inu? We're the retail money. This is how our portfolio is supposed to look. You're supposed to be the smart money. What the hell's going on?
And when I seen that, I was like, think about this. Shiba Inu could go to zero instantly, and y'all are betting on some crazy pump to go up or to go down in Shiba Inu, and y'all just waiting, sitting there for it to happen. Like, and if it doesn't, 20% of your reserves are gone. Like, what are y'all doing,
bro? That's 1/5. That's 1/5 of the entire company's reserves, bro. Okay? Well, next week the episode will be titled "Crypto.com: The Crash We All Saw Coming." That's my prediction right now.
Coinbase soon. I've been watching Reggie Middleton. Another name, Reggie Middleton. He says he's the father of DeFi. He's been getting on Coinbase, Circle, and USDC a lot for the USDC stable coin, and how Coinbase and them have been running away from people who are there infringing on certain people's patents. So a IP bubble could be coming up soon in crypto as well. Many developers and programmers infringing on people's technology. So hey.
Yep, we will keep you guys posted. So this whole reserves, knowing what the company's actually doing with their money, is a very important thing. So Chainlink Labs offers a proof of reserves system for embattled exchanges. This company claimed its proof of reserve product can restore trust in crypto exchanges through greater transparency, but not everyone is convinced. Proof of reserve is a technique that allows users to audit the reserves of crypto exchanges in real time. Some exchanges have already implemented proof of reserve, and Binance CEO Zhangpeng Zhao has argued that all exchanges should now offer this feature. Now, do you think companies like USD Tether and USDC should do something like this with Chainlink?
Yes, I think they should do something like this because many people are already skeptical on USDT and USDC. The fact that stablecoins are heavily centralized and people are already on the edge about them. So if they want to have people more convinced or bring more trust to their stablecoins, I think that they should implement the Chainlink Proof of Reserve. Because like I said, USDC and Circle, they got a relationship with Coinbase and things like that. They are heavily in, I would say, by the crypto community, investigated by many people in terms of what their reserves are looking like. And many people have been saying Tether has been clearing up their reserves, but we don't know because there's not actual proof of it. It's centralized around these entities, these companies. And if y'all are really saying y'all are a part of the crypto space as y'all are, bring Chainlink in and, use this service to, bring trust towards, the stablecoin. But yeah, I definitely think many exchanges should also offer this as well. There's a website, DeFiLlama.com. They just implemented a new tab or a new button, and it shows the centralized exchanges reserves. Already exchanges who are using Chainlink's Proof of Reserve service. So any other exchange that isn't using their service, it's like a question mark on that same tab. So I think if you want to gain trust, whether for people to use your platform more, because exchanges make money off of fees. So if you want people to be, to trust you more, I think it's a good idea to implement the Proof of Reserve service.
Absolutely. I think we should bring this up to Congress and get these goddamn billionaire, multi-millionaire congressmen and women. Let's see what their funds are looking like on this Chainlink Proof of Reserve system. Let's track their purchases and their carbon footprint. Let's see how many times they're on a private jet. That's what I want to do. Chainlink, can we collab on that real quick? Hit me up, man. I
Yeah.
got some ideas. Chainlink. Let's
Yo,
let's do.
this is huge for Chainlink though. This is like huge because the fact
Absolutely.
that Chainlink was sitting here already with the solution to something like this, but then something had to happen for them to come in and be like, "Oh, we got this. Why haven't y'all been using this right here?" You know what I'm saying? So, I think this is good for long term for the state of Chainlink and just being able to provide services like that on demand that fast. It goes to show how high level or high tech Chainlink Labs is currently. I think Chainlink is one of the most advanced uh, teams, cryptocurrencies in the community. Um, Probably one of the most secure investments. This isn't investment advice, but Chainlink is very dominant, and they almost have a monopoly on the type of technology that they provide.
Yeah, yeah. Chainlink is the number one oracle in the space, no doubt about it. I have 100 link, and my goal is 1,000, probably 10,000 after that. But Chainlink is definitely one of them ones. I will say
With
Chainlink is one of them ones.
staking
Oh yeah,
Chainlink is cool too, so you'll be
yeah.
able to
Which
earn some
is
interest on your link.
link on link, baby. Now this one is crazy, okay? Because when he tweeted this, I think prices were around $60. So from $60 to 14. I don't think you understand how many people were calling this man crazy. He don't know crypto, yo. This nigga tripping. Here we are. That
Yeah.
joint touched like nine almost. It almost touched $9. Okay, and I've got $1.50 marked off because the way it's been moving recently, despite this Google partnership, has been crazy. But I'm not going to complain because I this is a long term entry point that I'm very comfortable
Yeah.
putting a small amount of cash in. So what about you? What are you doing with Solana right now?
Yeah, I actually bought in on some Solana. I had actually bought in at 30, and then it started going down a little bit more. I sold my investment, then I waited for it to come down some more, and I bought more at a lower price. So I got in around, I believe, around this price, about 14, 15. Um, Solana could possibly go down more because they have a lot of SOL that could be potentially unstaked by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as well as the more and more that FTX goes down, I think Solana's price could go down more too because FTX was heavily invested in Solana and a lot of money was raised around FTX for Solana and many different companies. So long term, I think these are great entry prices for Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of these coins. But Solana is a that crystal ball I kicked it. I wonder like if he just looked at the chart and made this up and then just so happened to, events brought Solana all the way down to these levels. But I wasn't really bullish at all on Solana before Google, but at these prices being much lower, the all-time high is $260. Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely buying some link like that. I feel like this is a really good opportunity.
Right. So I just want to make one little keynote takeaway from what you just said. You said unlocking might cause the price to go down. I wonder what coin or network has an entire fucking page, an entire dedication to staking in which you can't unlock just yet. But when you can, oh boy, when you can. So, what do you think about staking, unlocking, in Ethereum 2.0? Do you do you see any problems with that whole not being able to unstake yet, quote unquote?
Um, I don't see a problem with it because a lot of people have staked their ETH knowing that there would be a lockup period, which I believe the lockup period isn't open until 6 to 12 months after the merge, which happened in September. So maybe about
Mm-hmm.
4 months, people have until they can unstake their Ethereum. Now, if many events that is bad for Ethereum or many news press come out about Ethereum that's bad, I think when that, you know what I'm saying, when people are able to take out their stake and maybe they want to sell based on the climate of Ethereum at that point, it could be tough for Ethereum, but Ethereum has the trust of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Has the backing of huge hedge funds and banks, as we know. So it could be
Yep.
some selling pressure based on the climate of what's going on with Ethereum when people are able to unstake, especially with the amount of capital that's being in the market right now is not too much, and people may want that capital that they have locked up in Ethereum staking immediately. So yeah, I think we could see some selling pressure for Ethereum in the future.
Yeah. Selling pressure, and maybe centralization. I don't know. That's just an idea that I don't know where it's coming from in my head. But it's been a pleasure, man. I mean, I think we didn't even do a warm up this time, just a cold start, and chemistry's getting the flow. And make sure you guys leave comments on what topics you want us to cover. Why, Kim, Rakeem, where can the people find you?
You all can find me on Instagram at y3kim or on TikTok at rod.kim. I also post, clips on my YouTube, which is Rahkim, Rahkim. Clips from this stream, just chopping up everything that we broke down, and so you can watch it in a smaller time frame. So yeah, even DM me the word ebook, or you can click the link in my bio on Instagram, teaching about blockchain and cryptocurrency for beginners. So if you're a beginner about blockchain and crypto, you can go and get my ebook. So yeah, that's everywhere where you can find me.
Absolutely, man. We will see you guys around the same time next week. We out of here.
Peace. Peace.